Hello everyone, welcome to this Warhammer painting tutorial. In today's video we will be painting an Ultramarines chapter Tactical Space Marine. So go ahead and grab your paints and let's get started. The first color you will require is Macragge Blue. Now the application for this is very simple. You're just going to take this, get it on your brush, and you are just going to paint it all over the model. Make sure to get under all the arms, shoulder plates, and under the gun, like around the belly area. Now that the base coat is fully dried, it is time to move on to the shading. The color you will require is Newland Oil. The application for this color is the same as to what we have just done. So you're going to get a little bit on your brush. And you're going to apply this to all the blue areas you have just completed. Now, when applying this, do not let it pool anywhere, for that could ruin further detail. Now, when on completion, go ahead and give it 30 minutes to dry. With the shade now fully dried, it is time to move on to highlighting, and the color you will need is Calgar Blue. For this step, you will need a dry brush and some tissue. So all you're going to do, you're going to get a little bit on your brush. And for this, you're going to take your brush and you're going to take the tissue and you're just going to work it in amongst all the bristles, like so. And it should look something like this. Then you're going to take your model and you're going to go over all the edges. And as you can see, it gives it that really nice blue line and brings out a lot of further detail. With the dry brushing now done, it is time to move on to highlighting. And the color you will need is Fenrisian Gray. And the application is much in the same. It's dry brushing. So you're going to take this, get a little bit on your brush, like so. And you're going to do the same thing that you have done in the previous step. Simply just add a little more than that. So just get some on your brush, work it in amongst all the bristles. And it should look something like this. You're going to take your model and you're going to do the exact same thing you have just done. Just going to go over all the raised edges. With that layer of Fenrisian Gray now completed, the blue is now finished. Now it is time to move on to the metallic parts. And the color you will need for that is Balthazar Gold. Now you will need a fine detail brush. So you're just going to get a little bit on your brush like so. And you're going to go to all the shoulder plate areas, like under here. And you're just going to run Balthazar Gold all the way along it. Now, there are other areas, such as Sometimes you have grenades underneath here. Those can be Balthazar Gold. And then there is the eagle that is on the chest down in there. Now that is optional because like for this model you cannot see it. Well, I guess you can see it a little bit down there. But those are the areas that need to be Balthazar Gold. With that layer of Balthazar Gold now completed, it is time to move on to shading. And the shade you will need is Agrax Earth Shade. The application is quite simple. You're just going to get a little bit on your brush, like so. And you're going to go over all the Balthazar areas that you have just completed. With that layer of shade now completed, it is time to add on some shine. And the color you will need is Grahesian Gold. So you're going to get a little bit on here, and you're going to go over not all the Balthazar areas, but all the areas that have little shade on them. So you want to keep all the dark shaded areas. With that layer of Grahesian Gold now finished, it is time to move on to the final step. And the color you will need is Necron Compound. Now this is a dry paint, so you're just going to get a little bit on your brush, and you're going to do the same thing you did last time with all the dry brushing. Just going to work it in amongst all the bristles, like so. So it should look like that. And you're just going to lightly go over all the edges of the Grahesian Gold that you have just finished. And as you can see, it gives it that really nice shiny line underneath. With the blue and the gold now completed, it is time to move on to the parts that you want to be silver. So the color you will need is Lead Belcher. Now this is a base paint, so you're just going to get a little bit on your brush, and the only areas you are actually going to paint is the gun. So you're just going to put this all over the gun. Like so. With that base coat of Lead Belcher now completed, it is time to add on some shading. The shade you will need is Newland Oil. And you are just going to apply this to all of these silver areas you have just completed. With the shade of Newland Oil now completed, it is time to move on to the final detail, and the color you will need is Evil Sun's Scarlet. Now you will need a fine detail brush for the two parts that we are about to do are very small. So you're going to get a little bit on your brush like so, just very little. And the parts that you're going to want to do are the eyes. I need a little less than that. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A completely painted Space Marine Tactical Soldier from the Ultramarines chapter. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you wish to see other chapters or other models from different armies, go ahead and leave it down in the comments and I will see what I can do. Until next time, I'm Sean Doomscythe. Enjoy!